feel like we're like, oh my gosh, I had to. So a lot of us move a lot, travel a lot, in different relationships, but they're fundamentally different people, very different people, especially with the sun. She's going to discover. Hi everyone, welcome back to No Light Time. My name is Hallie, so grateful to have you all. Let's get into this reading. I'm really excited to be doing this. I'm actually doing it on Nick Jonas and Priyanka Chopra. A lot of you have asked me for an update, so here it is. And yeah, please make sure you're subscribed, like and comment. Sometimes YouTube likes to unsubscribe, so please make sure you're still subscribed. Okay, so let's get into this. I'm really excited to be doing this. I have done a lot of updates about them. So check those out. There will be a card for a playlist for them up throughout the video. Do you have 2 memberships? Check that out too. Okay, so let's get right into it. I've already pre-shuffled the cards. I got energy around her specifically. Yeah, I got energy around her, and I don't read on babies. I did get something regarding that, so I don't read on children because I don't believe that it's my I think the person, whoever's having the child, should be talking about it, not me. I did pick something up about that, so there might be news about that. But that aside, there's a lot about her, and I see her going back to her roots. I see lots of colors, Indian culture is so beautiful. Oh my gosh, I relate to it so much with the colors. Indian and African culture, I love the colors. I'm just saying that Indian and African culture is very similar in certain aspects. Lots of colors, lots of vibrancy, lots of fun, warmth. And with that being said, I get her I see fabrics. She might be doing fabrics. I get a lot of textile. I see her going to a textile place with fabrics. So she might be working with fabrics, but she's going to be working a lot. And I said that that's going to be, in my opinion, the divide between her and Nick, is that until, and it's very interesting, we don't really choose. People say you choose who you fall in love with. I don't believe that. Sometimes you can fall in love with the person that you have thought that somebody was, and then when things start to unravel, and I think a lot of divorce comes from that, that when things start to play out, then you're like, oh my gosh, I didn't realize we have so many differences, or I didn't realize this person was so traditional and I'm not, or vice versa, and I've always said this about them. I strongly believe that Nick is very traditional, but he was so stunned by her and her beauty and what she does. And, I think a lot of men struggle with that, woman too, but I think a lot of men struggle with, I love this person, but I don't know if they would be the ideal mate for me. And women struggle with that too, but specifically him, I think he's struggling with the fact that he feels like he wants the wife of his children the mother of his children, to stay at home. I strongly feel that, and she's a free spirit, completely free spirit, and even to break away from her heritage in order to come to America, do things completely differently, Indian culture is very similar to African culture. And woman should be married by a certain age. She broke free of those societal pressures, so I don't see her succumbing to his, and I think he admired that about her, but he also doesn't really want her to be her true self, I get that very strongly. So let's get into the cards. And with the High Priestess, 7 of Coins and the World, she, like I said, with 7 of Coins, is definitely doing something regarding money, regarding finances, regarding her dreams, something with the world traveling. She has to fulfill it. She's got a very free spirit. I think that is her. I think her rising is a Gemini. I get very strong Gemini energy. I believe she's a Sun in Cancer, but very strong Gemini energy. And she has to travel, she has to learn more, she has to, I can relate to that a lot. Being a dominant chart, well, having air in my chart, air signs, Aquarius, Libra, Gemini, we thrive on travel and we thrive on, I suppose fire signs are like this too, but we thrive on expansion. That's why we're air signs, talking to people, getting to know cultures, being in different scenarios, not living the same path. We can do many things. We thrive on doing many things, not just one. And it's very different. He's a sun in Virgo, and I see a tendency in a lot of earth chart driven people that they can do the same thing for 10 years. Air sign driven people, we cannot do the same thing for 10 years. It breaks our soul if we feel like we're like, oh my gosh, I have to. So a lot of us move a lot, travel a lot, in different relationships, but they're fundamentally different people, very different people, especially with the sun. She's going to discover that. She's going to discover a lot of truth about herself. And that's what I see her. Even though her sun is in Cancer, she gives me very strong air energy. And something, especially about the way she does things, I bet you her Jupiter is in an air sign. I get that very strongly. And with that mentality, she learns about herself through other people and through experience. And because of that, she cannot stay in the same place. She cannot be around the same people. In fact, a lot of air signs, if you look at it, Aquarius, Gemini, Libra, famous air signs are often married many times, don't really live in the same city, that type of thing, because structure confines us, So with the bottom of the deck, Knight of Coins, I see her, there's a prospect, there's going to be like a director coming to her and asking her to be a part of, I saw her doing, and I was accurate about that, I saw her doing an independent film, in terms of something, I saw it being black and white, very simple, but she's going to do more of that. She's going to expand, and I see even photography, landscaping, that kind of thing. I mean, not landscaping like the profession, but taking pictures of landscapes and stuff like that. So let's see. A lot of her energy is coming out. His energy, not so much, but I see him around the kids. He's very kid. He loves to be around children, loves to be around children. And I think also him being, he talks about that a lot, which I find very interesting. If you look at interviews about the two of them, he talks about his upbringing a lot. All the Jonas brothers do, about how they had a great upbringing. They were very family-oriented people. But you don't really see her talking a lot about it. It's mostly him saying so forth and so forth, which is, I find very interesting. So with Two of Wands, Knight of Wands, and the Temperance, there is going to be, I don't necessarily see them bickering, but him asking her to come back. Him saying, hey, I need you around more. I want you to be in our children's lives. And she's like, but I'm a free spirit, very hippie style, Sagittarius card. I'm a hippie, I'm this, I'm that. I don't want to conform. And them not necessarily bickering, but having arguments about what they perceive one another to be in a relationship. And it's not easy, and I think, I got this advice from a friend a long time ago, when I was in a relationship when I lived in LA. And she said to me, she was married, she said, the hardest thing about relationships is discovering that the person you're with will be a different version of themselves every day. And I thought, wow, that's so poignant, because you fall in love with an aspect of somebody and all of a sudden, they can change. And it's not them changing, it's just them expressing a different side of themselves. Maybe a side that they didn't even know that they had, And that's what's happening here. She's discovering more about herself. And as she discovers, she doesn't want to be the person that she thought she thought she could be in that relationship. Page of Coins and Ace of Cups. And I see them trying to solve things, them trying to go to therapy, couples therapy and stuff like that, them trying to get to the bottom of it. But I don't see her staying in this relationship. I really don't. So that's what I have, you all. Thank you so much for watching. I love you all. Thank you again.